folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, and today we have a very unique and a very interesting Jeff Gordon diecast. This is a brand new car, but it's based on his year 2000 Richmond win, and let me tell you, I got a very interesting opinion about this car because this car is missing a lot, and I mean a lot of the logos. So, yeah, there's not a lot of happy Jeff Gordon fans about this diecast, but nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and review it, so make sure to give the video a huge thumbs up, and let's go and dive into it. Alrighty, folks, right out of the good old box, and yes, you can already see that there is some missing logos here on the diecast. Obviously, you could tell this is supposed to say Automotive Finishes right here. And that logo is gone. The GMAC logo is gone. The Quaker State decal is gone. Yeah. I don't know about that, guys. Yeah, you can see it right here on the deck lid. That logo is gone. So let's go ahead and dive into this review, though. I mean, if you want to pick up this car, though, I will say right off the bat, the Jeff Gordon re-release diecast. Truth be told, they don't make a lot of these, and they dry up. I've seen some of the cars they've made. This what is like Sonoma wins, Daytona wins. They're over $30, right? This one is still in stock over there at Circle B Diecast. If you want to pick up this car, you want to save on shipping, guys, make sure to check out the promo code down below, guys. Use the code Diecastbuffet, and you'll save on shipping for any orders $30 or more. Make sure to check that out, fellas. So, what I like about this car, though, is it has true day glow. Like this orange, this red orange is borderline fluorescent, so it's going to shine. That yellow, that green, that blue, it's bright. And the blue, like the dark blue that is very metallic. It's got a lot of sparkles to it. So I would say they did a great job in terms of paint quality. Now, you look at the front of this car, it is completely, and I mean completely caked with dirt. This is from his Richmond win. I have no idea what happened in that race. But you can see just so much dirt and grime. It really covers the Monte Carlo decal there, which is a good thing, right? A little bit of a pet peeve here, though, is how small the Chevrolet bow tie decal is. Now, I've seen a lot of Winston Cup cars. I don't remember them being smaller than a hood pin. So that's a oof. Because if you look over here in the back bumper, it's extremely tiny over there. I don't understand why the Chevrolet bow tie is that small in this car. I don't remember them being like that. Now, I will say for the diecast mold itself, this is a 2001 Monte Carlo. So this was the same mold they used for the Jimmy Johnson Authentics line, I believe, and most likely the same mold they used for Jeff Gordon's Bristol win, which if you had that car, the 2002 Bristol win, good luck finding it if you'd have it, because that one's already dried up in value, which is why I actually recommend getting these cars. Even though they're missing logos and it's all goofy, these things dry up really quickly, so I would recommend picking it up. So you got Moog, Clavite, Prestone, what is that? Simpson, Edelbrock, Union 76, and whatever that is there. You got about 1,000 contingencies here, which this is back in the day where you could have a Gatorade logo on a car and a Pepsi logo, and no one complained. I got DuPont, Ray Bestos, 3M True Value. That red area right there would say NASCAR Winston Cup Series, year 2000 logo. NASCAR race car. What is that? Spicer, Nomex, EA Sports, Mac Tools, Comp. A whole bunch of good logos. Not sure what these two decals here. You got the Jeff Gordon signature. Very, very sharp. Whatever that logo is. I mean, they really, they really just dropped the ball on the logos. And I just can't imagine, why don't they put the automotive finishes? Like, you're clearly putting the DuPont logo. Why? Like, what is the harm in that? You know what I'm saying? I just can't wrap my mind around why they would say, oh, no, we don't want to have automotive finishes on it. Even if they don't make it, you know, it just blows my mind. I put it this way, fellas. If I ever had a diecast made like this, you know, if I ever had a company or something that had a diecast made, I would have absolutely 1,000% no problem putting the logos on the car. Believe me, because I know fans want the authentic product. They don't want to see blank spaces. So pretty much if you wanted to complete this diecast, you would have to buy a separate decal set and then fill in all the logos, which, believe me, they're out there, right? You could do so. There's so many Jeff Gordon decal sets out there. So you could theoretically finish this car, and you don't have to do much work because the paint's already there, right? So, I mean, maybe that's the best way to do it. So you got DuPont Assurance of Quality. Like, you could put this logo back here, but you can't put it right here, and you can't put it back here. I don't get it, guys. I would never, ever make a diecast like that. Got the black 24 right there, which I never remember a black 24. That is really, really interesting to me. I love the Monte Carlo ducktail spoilers. Every time I see this, I think of NASCAR Thunder 2003. I will say, though, the mold for this diecast is actually much more accurate than the mold of the original year 2000 cars. Because if you look at the year 2000 diecast mold, the front ends go out, they're flat, they're kind of flat, but they have an archway. These slope down all the way from the Goodyear logo all the way down. My point being is that the diecast mold for year 2000 through 2002 were kind of bulky for the Chevrolets. Granted, it was a brand new casting and whatnot, but they didn't really do an accurate job representation of it. So what I would say, if you're ever wanting to build one of these, like a custom or something, I would recommend using one of these, the NASCAR Classics re-release of these. But the problem is these cars generally dry up. Like the Jimmy Johnson 01 car that no one really wanted, it seemed. It's already over $20. So good luck finding that one. I do like the new wheels because back when these cars were originally released, they had very, I'll be honest with you, very bulky wheels. I much prefer these three-dimensional tires. It makes the tires look a little bit more squished in, like they're actually racing. I'm really surprised they actually put a Pepsi logo on here, to tell you the truth. Like they could put a Pepsi logo, which is no longer affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports, right? But they can't put automotive finishes with DuPont. I mean, it blows my mind, guys. And another thing that really bugs me here, and I have no idea if this is accurate or not, but look at the 24 right here. Now look at it this side. They're completely different. Like, is that supposed to be like that? I have no idea. If that is supposed to be like that, then I have no problem with it, right? But if this is just them being lazy, oh my goodness, I'm not going to like that at all. So, to me, that's something that, yeah, there's a little bit of a decal nuance right there on the cowl flaps, which I do like the cowl flaps, but they should have trimmed that a little bit better. You go to the roof here. You got the 24, looks good. You had the pop rivets on the roof, which is something I don't remember seeing on the original car, so that's nice. You do get a lot of detail, though. So you look at this, the trunk, and it's just like, it's the most plain Jane thing I have ever seen. I mean, they would have been better off not even putting a DuPont logo here. Or, tell you what, why don't you just put, I don't know, a Pepsi logo, something. It's an absolute embarrassment that they don't put the automotive finishes decal there. It just blows my mind. Like, what is the harm in that? It absolutely blows my mind. I tell you what, if I was ever in a position of wanting to have a diecast made, I can promise you 100% I would make sure it had the proper logos on there. If I had the, you know, it's like, oh, do you want a diecast made? Oh, sure I would. And I'd make sure the logos are correct on the car, because this is stupid. So what I recommend doing with this car, I recommend getting it. I really do. These things do dry up. Believe it or not, these things do dry up. Jeff Gordon cars dry up still. They don't make a whole lot of these, right? So I recommend getting it for two reasons. Number one, if you're a Jeff Gordon collector, right, you can get this car. And I would also recommend, for reason two, is to customize it. Now, that might hurt the original value of it, but if you wanted this car, you say, you know what, I'm a Jeff Gordon completionist, I want this track, or I love Richmond, I would recommend getting a little decal set and putting the automotive finish logos on there and putting it on the deck lid, because they probably don't want you to put it on the car, and that's why you should. So I would do that. And I would also add, like, the GMAC logos and whatever, and then you can, you know, add scuffs over it. My point being is I would turn this into the true Richmond winner car, which also notice this one's a little bit skewed, but I think that's actually supposed to be that way. I think this fender was a little bit beat in, because you can see a three-dimensional panel here kind of effect. So I'm thinking this side was a little bit pushed in, so I'm not going to gripe about that, but that's what I would recommend. I'd recommend getting a decal set and customizing it. Or you could simply just say, you know what? I'm going to make a random custom out of it. Like, if you wanted to make like a Dave Marcus 2002 Daytona 500 car, I would recommend using one of these molds and not the original 2002 molds, because these cars they're just more aerodynamic. They're more realistic to the real deal. You could I mean, take one of your original 2000 through 2002 Chevrolet Monte Carlos, and you could see the front. It's a lot flatter. It's like a plow, like a kind of like this on the original. But on this one that I'm holding, the nose is a much more like that. It's so much more aerodynamic, very similar to the 98, 99 Chevrolet Monte Carlos. But yeah, do I recommend this car? Absolutely. I know the logos are goofy, but if you truly wanted to fix this car, you can. It's easy. Trust me, there's plenty of Jeff Gordon decal sets out there. You could even add the Winston Cup logo. You can add Coca-Cola, whatever the biff they had on this car back in the day. But no doubt about it, I do recommend getting this car because these things get rare. They really do. I know a lot of people said the same thing about the 2002 Bristol win. They get rare. I'm telling you so. I recommend this car, but mostly if you're going to modify it. So this is a car that if I wanted to, if I truly wanted to collect all of the Jeff Gordon wins, no doubt about it, I would modify every single one of them. I would. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching the video. If you can, please give it a huge thumbs up. And I hope you're having a swell day out there, guys. This is the Jeff Gordon 2000 Richmond win in the 164 scale. Have a great one, everybody. Have a great one. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.